And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you to 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. Tonight's matchup has
We're live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to Miami. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed. And sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. And it's Parker in at the point.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer. He's basically a three-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A-game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Now Parker. He picked up 33 points in their last one against Atlanta. Shot's good.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Harden against Green. Harden kicks to Jones. In low to Howard. Howard down with both hands.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
Well, better safe than sorry. I mean, you got to be sure when you're in traffic.
And Green gets it to go.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 6 points.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. But this is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. And San Antonio has possession following the score by Houston.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Harden draws the double. Lets the 3 fly. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Jones has got his first basket.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Rockets trail by 5.
And the Rockets show great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden, and of course,
up high and down hard. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. You use it, brother.
Curtains, we can shut it down now, because that one, we won't see anything better than that fella.
Oh, come on, Clark. Maybe he'll do it again.
No, he won't top that effort. No
Hey,
way.
I wouldn't put it past him, Clark. This guy's a crowd pleaser.
Harden dishes to Beverly. Pass to Ariza. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ariza's got 5.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
It's deflected and stolen by Ariza. And it's the Rockets.
Get it! Watch out now. That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it ties the game, Clark. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, we're right back to even. Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. He's got 7.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Pass to Howard. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in. Jones has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket. Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Spurs lead by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Next Tuesday, November 11th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
San Antonio leading by 3.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. It's not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach, how precise they play and how much they win.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, Cannon out there with Johnson. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jeff Adrian. And it's Blatch in at the center, locking down the middle.
And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest, all business, all about winning.
That's good. Blatch has got his first points of the night.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Puts it up from 17. Bellinelli pulls it in. And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, last season, the Spurs made history, becoming the first team to finish a season with every player averaging under 30 minutes a game. Pop said, "We've been resting guys since I've been here. I think it extends their careers." Kevin, the league once fined the Spurs $250,000 for resting their stars, but the rings speak for themselves.
And surprising that more teams don't adopt that approach, Doris. Thank you. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for San Antonio. That's good.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting. You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often. like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here. And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Really, I'd like to see them go after the offensive rebound a little bit more here. Be more aggressive in attacking the ball. That's what offensive rebounding is about, going after the ball. And they did a good job of it in the first.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Jones checked in for Jeff Adrian. Riza comes in for Johnson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Isaiah Cannon. Then for the Spurs, Duncan, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Howard's checked in for the Rockets.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
The shot and game clock separated by 4, and he gets the bucket. 14 points for Leonard.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Green against Harden. Howard with a screen on Green. Sinks that one from the post. And that's now 10 points for Dwight Howard. And here is Green. Here's Parker. And the Spurs scoring again.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Here's Harden. No luck. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Spurs up by 15. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
On the court for San Antonio. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
Trevor Ariza showing increasing comfort with his outside shot. That really makes him a two-way player because he's always been a presence defensively. Long and athletic, able to guard multiple positions.
It's Harden with the drive, and he gets it to go. Harden's got 8 points.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint. Dominate. Had so much space there. The defense really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
Well, we've seen these kind of plays get them going in the past, that's for sure.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Got that one up quick. And that's 11 points for Tony Parker.
And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we all know James Harden, one of the league's leading scorers at the free throw line. Coach McHale has said when he's able to play downhill before the defense gets set, he's just a handful. He's a great finisher, a great free throw shooter, and he's got a knack for getting fouled. Guys, Harden is fast, strong, and so sneaky with that sweep-through move.
He lives at the line, Doris. Thanks.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Well, the Rockets were so deadly, Steve, in this building, and a lot of that was because of how fast they would get things going.
Yeah, they would often blitz opponents out of the gate and just manage the lead after the first quarter.
Spurs passing it around. And Leonard gets it to go.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Harden on the wing. Off target from outside.
You know, as you were saying, the Rockets were great here. Their fast starts here at the Toyota Center helped them win 33 games at home last season. He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Reza, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
No, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for now.
Well, for the Rockets, they're just so tough to beat at home because they're explosive offensively and they've got a great crowd. So once they get the lead in their home building, they are tough to catch.
And the Spurs scoring again.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Beverly, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Carving out some space and eating a little glass at the offensive end while he's doing it.
You got it with a ferocious follow.
Yeah, but just another day at the office for him. That's what he does.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
And the bounce pass was the key to the play.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. It's Ginobili outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. That's 12 points for Manu Ginobili.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number one for this defense.
It really does. I mean, it's not possible to give up that many points behind the arc and not pay the price in the end. And his stroke has been dead on, inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Harden against Ginobili. It's Harden with the drive. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs running away with it. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Tune in next Tuesday night, November 11th. Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets go on the road to do battle with the Portland Trail Blazers. Don't miss out.
And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
So it's the Rockets now. Harden out there with Jeff Adrian. Then it's Blatch, then it's Johnson, and it's Cannon in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And Green gets it to go.
And the threes continue to go down at that end with almost nothing happening from deep at the other.
But the way to turn that around is defensively, by stopping their outside shot, not by getting into a shootout.
Well, dealing with travel, one of the challenges you face as an NBA player. It's amazing just how much easier it's gotten, Clark. I know you and I both played in an era early on where there was commercial travel. Now everybody charters and flies out immediately after a game. You've got leg room, you've got catered meals, so you get more sleep, you get more rest. I think it's had a huge impact on the way NBA teams do business and just the quality of play in general.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
great interplay there between those two teammates.
Here's Kanan. There's the double team with Joseph. Adrian passes to Moniunas. From down in the low post, it goes.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
Airs good.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
That drops. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Shoots. And another basket for San Antonio.
Assisted by Corey Joseph.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. There's the pick. Kanan kicks to Covington. Uncovered. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for San Antonio.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with them.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
This is really going to be a good win. They've proven they know how to attack this team, and I think it's important to establish that against a conference opponent.
I agree, because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to see them that often.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Parker. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Covington kicks to Kanan. Can they get it? Here's Moniunas. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
That's a 2 from Bellinelli. And the Spurs scoring again.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here. You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker.